Question number 54 of the ID Passport exam from PhilNITS. We are now in the management portion of the exam. In this question, we are being asked, which of the following is the most appropriate description of stakeholders in a system development project? To answer this question, of course, we need to read each and every choice available for us. And actually, I think this isn't really a super difficult question to answer, because if you've ever also worked on projects where you got people who have been working with, for example, um, people from the industry, people from the academe, people from government, then it's likely that they would have know-how on how to go about doing things, particularly if we got several people working with us and several other people who will be affected by what we are doing. And so we need to have some way, some technique to make things much more efficient. That's why we have things like the Project Management Institute, where we can learn more about how to do project management, especially when you got stakeholders. This is the keyword, stakeholders, who are going to be affected by what we are going to do, and also because they may have things that could affect the output of the project. So for example, you got government, where they can have some kind of regulation put up and could adversely affect the outcome of the project. You got people in the industry who are willing to provide support financially, the technology, and also, of course, people from the academe who may want to write about what we are learning, so that there will be people who can make use of the lessons learned via the research work. Okay, so in this case, I need to emphasize stakeholders, because again, in any kind of project, we want to know who will be affected and who can influence also the outcome of the project. And at times we got people who, because there are so many, we might think that how do you know which one to listen to, which one to focus on. That's why we also have a way to prioritize. Is this person who is a stakeholder gonna affect the project because he has a lot of authority? Does he care about the project? And what else is he gonna contribute to the project? Things like that. And so given all that explanation, it seems like the most encompassing of all would be letter A, because it's saying that stakeholders are individuals and organizations, such as users of the developed system and managers in the development division. Of course, I think the stakeholder keyword can have even more people included, but if we look at the other examples, I think the next best answer would be letter B, where it has the sponsors, people who might not care too much, might not be too interested about what's happening, the nitty-gritty of things with the project, but are going to provide the funding, and so they have a lot of say to how the project will go. And so this seems to be also a stakeholder included in the stakeholder keyword, but again, letter A has more of the people who I think can definitely be part of the stakeholder keyword. So letter A still seems to be much more all-encompassing in this sense. Letter C and letter D have things like events and project deliverables, and these are definitely incorrect, because when you say stakeholders, it pertains to people who are, again, gonna be affected by the project outcome, and as well are affecting the outcome of the project in some way. It could be a really big way or a really small way, but they are definitely included in whatever happens to the project.